Talk Sports.
Today is August 8th and TATS turns 21. This is the 21st installment.
Yep, and can't believe it's been that long.
Yeah, it's been that long, and as usual, we always got bottles going. But we've been having that since
day
the first one.
Since day one, baby.
It's just now legally we can do it, right? But where we're at, Full Labs, downtown Fayetteville. I am Chef Lou.
I'm Dirty Rice Cambo.
And this is Two Asians
Talk Sports.
So real quick, few updates. Today we're actually not going to be on Facebook Live. Ran into some issues, so sorry about being late. It's a Facebook thing. So we're only going to be on YouTube today. And then the second part of it was there were some rumors out there that Brielle has been replaced. We had a few viewers come up to us and ask us that. So, who better to answer that question than Brielle?
Yep.
You can't get rid of me. I'm gonna be here. I'm gonna be here.
So you're gonna be here. So that is
can't get rid of her.
Brielle has a day job, so she's not gonna be able to be here all the time. She always tries to come kick it. So no, she is not replaced.
Let's squash that right there.
Yep, we'll squash that. We're in that right there. So what people want to know, Brielle, is last week we did top 5 superhero movies. So if you could give us your top 5 bottoms up, because that's just how we do it here.
Yeah, for sure.
All right.
I don't know if you guys remember this movie. It's from probably the late 90s, maybe early 90s. It's called Mystery Men. It was like one of the worst superhero movies of all time. It had like Ben Stiller. I think it had Kel in it. From
As a superhero, that's gotta be funny.
It was like so trash that it was hilarious. So that's my number 5.
Okay.
A lot of people
It's
forget
so
about
bad,
it.
it's good.
You can't sleep on Mystery Men. It was so awful, but it was good.
All right.
My number 4 has got to be Captain America: Civil War, solely because Black Panther was introduced and Chadwick Boseman. He doesn't know it yet, but that's my husband.
That's your husband.
Okay.
The wifey. I know he's got one, but I don't think it's serious. So, I'm gonna slide in on that at some point. So just be looking for that.
Okay.
But you're gonna have on the show though, right?
Oh yeah, for sure.
Okay, all right. Okay, that's fine then. That's fine.
That's gonna be good. I'll introduce him to you guys slowly, but I'll bring him around.
Sure.
He'll be at the cookout. Don't worry about it. And then the third one's gonna be Black Panther for obvious reasons.
Yep.
I mean, it was an amazing movie, but
Yeah.
Chadwick, definitely. Number 2 is a big one for me. Wonder Woman. I'm not a big DC person. I really don't like DC in general. I've always been Marvel, but Wonder Woman was huge because for me it was the first time I really saw a movie that was dominated by women and not like in a come rescue me, I'm looking for a man, like sad rom-com kind of a way. It was like this badass woman that came and saved the day. And it's all Amazon. It's like I'm nearly 6 foot, so I totally identified with that. But as a little kid, I loved Wonder Woman, and it was really cool. Like I almost cried in the theaters. Like 28 years old, that's the first time I've really seen a movie that was just like all these badass women. So that was huge.
Great
and
movie.
then top of the list is hands down Deadpool. Like those movies were amazing. After the first one came out, it kind of changed how a lot of Marvel movies were made, how a lot of other movies were made in general with superheroes, and just everyone trying to be a lot. That's like integrate a lot more humor.
Yeah, like adult humor is what.
Very much
Yeah.
so.
You know what I mean? Is after the first one, I was like, man, this is like.
It was raunchy.
Yeah, it was
but
raunchy. But it
needed to be.
Yeah, it was very well done. Ryan Reynolds is amazing. It was perfectly cast for that. So those are 1 and 2 are like hands down the best so far.
So what I'm seeing from Brielle's list is she likes different, right? So Deadpool, the way that they had it done, different, right? From the way they told the story and how it's narrated. Wonder Woman, woman dominated, different, right? Black Panther, African American dominated as far as the whole cast, main character and everything. So she likes
still very strong,
different,
dominant, like female roles in that movie.
Yeah, there's
His
definitely
sister
a
is
lot.
amazing. Like, yeah.
So that's what Brielle likes. Different.
Yeah.
Yep. So we got our top 5 this week, and what we're doing this week is bucket list items that we want to have done this year.
Me, number 5, man. I just want to go to a place where, like, let's be isolated for like a day from nobody. If anybody got any suggestions,
So you want to be Carmelo Anthony?
yeah,
You
yeah.
want to be isolated? ISO. All right.
I just want to, you're around people all the time. I just want to spend a day just like not even connected on the phone, no internet, no mobile data, no nothing, man. I just want to spend a day and just freaking.
Off the air, I had suggested Dumas, Arkansas.
Just take a little highway off somewhere.
Just go either right or left from the cornfields, and that should probably give you a good alone time there.
Yeah, definitely. Somewhere, just somewhere, I could be, on a cliff somewhere and just chill for a little bit, I'd be all right with that.
Well, now we're at the point where we have way too many tourists.
All right, number 5 for you.
All right, number 5. So for me, I want to get us a local athlete as a special guest for TATS, whether that's current or past. So Joe Johnson, Patrick Beverly, Dallas Keuchel, things like that. Bobby Portis. I might have to have Bernard as a bodyguard when Bobby Portis comes. Gotta make sure I got security in place for that one. But yeah, I mean that's definitely a goal of mine. Hopefully we can. Do something whenever baseball season's over. If we want Keuchel, I know he comes back.
Yeah, who knows? Who knows?
So we shall see. But let's move on. What do you have for MacFacts?
This week in sports, man, events that happened this week, like August 6th, 1965. One of my favorite basketball players when I was a little kid. It's David Robinson's birthday, man. David Robinson, man.
Dude,
right there. See, David Robinson, the Admiral. You know what I mean? Look at he's celebrating. You see the picture right there? He's celebrating championship. I don't know if that was the first or a second one, but he won in '99 and 2003.
David Robinson.
Yeah.
No, he's
he had a video game named after him. He was really like David Robinson Supreme Court is a predecessor to 2K because it was by Sega Sports and Sega.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
You know what I mean? David Robinson Supreme Court, man. I had that on Sega Genesis.
He's one of the great. Like he didn't play that long though, right? His career wasn't that long.
No, he played in like the late '80s to 2003. So
he did play. Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
My fault.
Yeah. So one of my favorite players as a kid. Second Mac fact is on August 7th, 2007. Man, that's more recent. It's got an asterisk on it. All right. It's
Because they don't know if they're counting all of it.
Yeah, it's Barry Bonds launched 756.
756
on August 7th.
So let's see if we can get a video of that.
2007. Yeah, let's see if we can. Oh, here we go. Bam!
He knew it was gone. Look at all the armor.
He's like he's like a comic character in a movie there.
Oh, that's his son, right? Yeah, that's his son.
Yeah.
Does his son play? Do you know?
I don't know.
756.
756.
I felt like that was probably the first prototype of that armor because I think it was bigger along like as the years went on.
Yeah, I don't know. It's after this season, I think he retired. He ended his career with like 763, 4, something like that. 760 something.
Definitely
so
big moment in sport.
Oh yeah.
In baseball, with or without the asterisk.
Yeah. But on this day, August 8th, 1992, man. The original Dream Team. The original Dream Team won a gold medal in Barcelona.
So that was
the 92 Olympics in Barcelona.
Jordan, Ewing,
Magic, Ewing, Robinson. Maybe, I think, yeah. I mean, there were so many players.
There was some guy on there.
Karl Malone was on there.
Karl Malone, Mailman. Okay.
Yeah, it was so many. It was the first Olympics that they allowed like NBA players to play. Because before that, they only let college players play.
Yeah, that's
no professionals.
That's no fun.
The thing is, like a lot of like the countries that were really good back then was like the Soviet Union and like Yugoslavia. They were all communist countries. Some of these players, it was rumored. I don't know the truth, but this is from what I hear. Mm-hmm. It's like they were amateur by title only, but they practiced all year round.
I mean that's kind of like. I mean,
they practice all year
that's
round.
probably like the Chinese basketball team. I mean, like they have these kids in camp. Like they're playing at 12.
Yeah.
Or
Oh,
labeled.
5.
No, like labeled 12, but they're really 19. Like I don't know, like a lot of like who was the last?
I think the Chinese women's gymnastic team got some heat for that. I don't know how.
No, their basketball team too.
Yeah,
like,
yeah,
The last guy
I'm
that
just
came
saying.
over, like Yi Jing, whatever the guy that got drafted by Milwaukee, and then he ended up playing for the Lakers. Yeah, I remember that. But everybody does it. Shabazz Muhammad, Thon Maker. Like all these guys.
What about
fake
Greg
it.
Oden?
Yeah, Greg Oden. It was like how this dude got wrinkles already, and he's in college, right?
Yeah, a full-grown graying beard in college.
Yeah.
All right. For so what's your number 4, top 4?
So
top 5. Number 4, top 5.
My number 4. It's gonna happen. More details to come. TATS tailgate.
Mm-hmm.
I think we have a date. Have we ever told them about it? No. Okay. All right.
No,
So
I don't
it's
know.
still in the works right now, but we definitely want to do a live TATS tailgate somewhere. Bring you guys the video feed. I think it'd be really fun. For sure, have that done before the year ends. Football season's coming up. What's your number 4? Dirty rice.
Same thing. It's pretty much the same thing. Doesn't need to be a like a tailgate. It just needs to be an off-site show.
Yep.
Off-site show. We love the Fall Labs and everything, but it could be at some bar here. You know what I mean? We just got
You're
it.
not
Yeah.
picky.
I'm not picky. It's just got to be off-site.
Dumas. Have the cornfield. I don't even know if we're gonna get connection out there though. So that
I'm
might
just
be a
saying, just
problem.
somewhere else. You know what I mean? That'd be great. So, Chef, you got cooking in the losers corner here.
Oh man, losers corner. This is gonna be good.
And it hurts me
It hurts you?
for you to say this, but
Johnny Football trying to make a comeback. You guys, this guy.
yeah,
This guy, right?
Buddy Manziel.
In the CFL, 4 picks in his return to action.
He was
Roll
just
the
rusty.
tape.
He was just rusty, man. You gotta cut him some slack here. Cut him some slack, man. He hasn't played competitively in a couple of years.
No, everybody needs to listen to this. This is a great play-by-play. This is a great play-by-play. We got.
Oh, here we go.
Comeback season. Let's go. Former Heisman Award winner. What the fuck are you doing? That's one interception on your first play of the game. Get the fuck on this. All right, shake it off. One play doesn't define the game. You got this, Johnny. Come on, you fuck you. Johnny Bassel. That's your interception.
That's not his fault, though. That wasn't his fault.
He should
man.
not have thrown that ball. He should have thrown
I
that
know,
ball.
but the ball's in his
the
hands.
magic number. Come on, Johnny. What the fuck are you doing? This ain't two-hand touch on Thanksgiving with your family. This is
Oh, they little
Canadian
lateral.
fucking football, whatever the fuck that is. Sit your fucking ass down. Oh shit! What the fuck? They put him back in the game. He couldn't. He wouldn't. Don't do it. Don't fuck.
Oh my.
Season. The only fucking comeback you're making.
See, man.
That was Michael.
Rappaport.
Yeah.
You gotta follow him, man. He's
That's
a
some
funny
good
guy.
stuff. That's
That
some good
is.
stuff.
It hurts me because I'm a Johnny Football fan, man. I'm one of those,
Well, maybe done too much partying, too much
Yeah,
Vegas
you know,
time.
yeah.
But speaking of too much of something, I actually got 2 in the losers corner
Ooh.
this week. All right, Sean Weiss. Okay, for you guys that don't know him, played Mighty Ducks. That was a movie I loved growing up. Loved it. Right? This is him at age 38. Don't do drugs. It's not good for you. This is his mugshot. He got pulled over. So yeah, he was supposedly doing some weird thing with the flashlight. I don't even know what that means. That was a police report.
Is it a flashlight?
Yeah, it was a flashlight.
Okay, not a.
Right? That was him. Yeah, he was doing something weird with the flashlight. So yeah.
Alright.
Yeah, guys, don't do drugs. PSA, don't do drugs.
Yeah,
all right.
that's always
So-
a good idea, you know.
So you
When
know,
in doubt, don't do it.
yeah, don't do it.
When in doubt.
All right, Dirty Rats, give me your number 3 on your top 5 bucket list items to do end of this year.
Number 3, it's like a TATS team trip somewhere, man. It's like, you know, Funasty, the chef, Legs,
Legs,
complete agent.
legs.
You know what I mean?
No name, legs.
Juan. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's like, yeah, it's just a freaking just trip.
Yeah.
Just a TATS crew trip. You know, I don't know
No,
anywhere.
That'd be fun.
I don't know. You know, it's just something.
Something to enjoy. Somewhere we can drive to. I think the closest place we can probably like party. When I say party, like free alcohol. Think of New Orleans.
Yeah, that'd be a great.
Right.
Yeah, that's definitely drivable. I mean, you know, it wouldn't cost too much.
Yeah, I got a
Wouldn't-
casino. Casino free drinks all day.
Mhm.
I don't know. We can go wherever.
yeah.
We can go
That's-
wherever.
Yeah, but yeah, just something. That's
Nope.
what I'm thinking. What about you? What's your number 3?
Man, my number 3, I would say, let me find it, is launching the merchandise side of TATS. It's something that we've been, asked about. Hey, how can we support? Get some gear. So we will be getting some gear. It's in the works. We're just really waiting for the right time to get that going. So that's definitely a goal of mine this year. As I think I would probably be the head guy with some help from the rest of the team, but I think I'm probably running point on that. So definitely on the bucket list to do.
Damn. All right, you got big plans.
Yep. So trying to get this show on the road, right? Mm-hmm. So, dirty rice, man. I just like saying that. Emphasize dirty rice.
Yeah, talking about New Orleans. You know what I mean? That's that's a
They got
popular
that,
dish,
they got
side
that.
dish or whatever. Yeah.
What did Tats Nation miss this week?
Y'all didn't hear the announcement of McGregor and Khabib, October 6th,
Hey,
Las Vegas.
we're watching it here. We're gonna have a watch party for that. I think they've been waiting. Well, the fans have been waiting for this fight for about 2 years now.
Oh yeah.
Hopefully the hype didn't die. I know this is not like the Floyd and
Mayweather.
Pac fight,
Yeah, Floyd.
that had a lot of hype, and years later it was still good. Probably lost a little bit of that, but I still think it'll be a great fight. Again, we will be having a watch party. Stay tuned for that,
Oh,
October
yeah.
6th. But who wasn't happy about this?
Who?
Nate Diaz.
Oh yeah. Where's Nate Diaz from?
Where?
Stockton, California.
His hometown.
If I gotta ask you that, it's probably...
Now I know. I remember that. Hey, Legs, remember that. Wrote it down.
Yeah, cause Nate Diaz. Yeah. I mean, they split like a
Yeah, like
yeah, whatever. They
first
split
one.
2 fights. Yeah.
Yep. Yeah. So I mean, I would really like to see the trilogy on that.
Yeah.
Hopefully that is still in the works.
Mm-hmm.
Like at this point, I would say the big question is, I think you mentioned it earlier, is like how motivated will McGregor be?
Mm-hmm.
Because he just came from a 9-figure payday, and now you're gonna have him fighting for what, 5 to 10 mil? It's chump
Yeah.
change.
But the thing is, he could be the first guy to beat Khabib.
Yeah, he
The first
is.
guy.
He
He
is
could be.
undefeated.
Yeah.
But again, like I just question like how motivated he is. He's been clowning around. He just had to plead. Not too long ago. With the
Yeah.
whole fiasco. Whatever that outbreak was about, right? I mean, love the guy. Great entertainment.
Oh,
but,
yeah.
Like, I mean, that was just like.
He's one of the best characters in sports. You know
Yeah,
what I mean?
yeah.
The best. You know what I mean? Like people who don't even watch
We'll watch
MMA will
McGregor.
watch McGregor because he's
like
a character.
just like you don't even have to watch the fight. Just
Yeah.
watch the press conference.
Yeah, exactly.
That's a show.
All the shenanigans.
That's a show.
Anything else we missed, man? TATS Nation might want to know about.
Yeah, so I always go back to the Cowboys. Got a lot of Dallas love here, love or hate, right? So this was a couple days ago, so I'm not sure if that's changed much. But Dak actually has not thrown a touchdown since training camp started, and I think that's probably 7 to 8 practices already.
Wow.
Should Cowboys Nation be concerned? Last year they were 26th in passing offense. They lose Witten and they lose Dez. Even if Dez doesn't actually catch the ball, he's still a great decoy, right?
But if they have a running back that's gonna be that you're gonna be there all the time, you know what I mean?
Yeah, that would be the
that guy, you know.
argument.
You know what I mean? If you have a steady guy, that's good. I mean, last year you don't know if he was gonna play.
Yeah, the whole
or not.
suspension.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, it just put a wrench in the things. But if you have somebody that you know is gonna be there, it was great 2 seasons ago. I mean, yeah.
Yeah. Hopefully that does
That should help.
So here's my problem with that.
Okay.
I obviously watch a lot of Cowboys game. Yes, Zeke was not focused last year, but with that said, what they're gonna do this year is they're just gonna load the box, stop the run, and make Dak beat them.
Yeah.
And when Dak has to beat them, he has yet to show consistently that he can beat the secondary, right? They said his biggest problem is if that first option is not there, the transition from second to third option looks terrible.
Yeah. Is he scrambling after that?
They said when he's scrambling, when the plays are broken, they said he's actually even worse.
Oh.
Right? And we were so used to Tony Romo when plays were broken, like boom, like that's like the miracle play.
Because he
right? Yeah, because like
he's
he's savvy and he's a gunslinger. He can sling the ball. That's not who Dak is. We've been kind of blessed with that. Romo was a great QB. And then now we kind of get Dak. Cowboys always had great quarterbacks. I'm not saying Dak is not a good quarterback, but the thing is, he's not going to be that guy that will give you 300 yards game in and game out. He's no Aaron Rodgers. He's no Drew Brees. He's probably not even a Cam Newton.
Not yet.
Yeah.
He's only had 2 seasons.
Yeah, so I mean, like, this is gonna be a tough year for him. He loses.
This is where we really learn things, right?
Yeah, he loses. Safety blanket. For all Cowboys quarterback, Jason Witten.
Yeah.
Without Dez, I don't think that's a huge deal. But again, decoy. So now everybody's getting matched up 1-on-1. Tavon Austin, I think, could be the sleeper here. Rams gave up on him. So I'm curious to see if he can stay healthy and be that guy that he was at West Virginia. He was electrifying, right? He was I think he was a top 10 pick, right? Like I
think he was definitely first round.
Yeah, he was first round for sure. He was pretty high up there, and like the Rams sucked for a while, so I think he was probably somewhere in the top 10, if not top 15 for sure.
The thing is, those speed guys, they don't turn into great receivers.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
Yeah, but hey, look at Hunt. He's a speed guy.
Got 1 year in his belt, he had a big year,
Yeah,
we'll see.
we'll see. Austin's had a little bit of age, a little bit of
maturity. I don't know, maybe
Yeah.
something something learned.
See what happens. All right, so we're gonna move on. Looks like we talked about Cleveland Browns or former Cleveland Browns before.
Yeah.
I think if Troy watches this, I want to get his take.
I know. Yeah, where's Troy at?
Where's Troy at? So, the Browns have a thing with picking receivers. So they currently have their best receiver, Josh Gordon, in rehab. Due to marijuana. Their other receiver, Antonio Callaway, which is their 4th round pick this year, just recently got caught with pot possession, and then the police officer also found a gun and 2 bullets in there.
Man.
So what did they do? Right? They just traded away Corey Coleman.
Yep. Was he a first round pick?
He might have been a late first round pick, maybe even a second round pick.
Yeah. Okay.
A lot of high hopes for him, but I think he just couldn't stay on the field. Was his problem? But hey, at least he was clean. But they traded him away. So now you're without your 1. Well, actually, Landry will probably be your 1 right now, right? But you're without your 2 and 3. Do the Browns need to rethink their strategy when it comes to drafting? Anyone. I know I touched up on the receiver core, but just anyone. I think for the past 8 drafts, they haven't picked good guys, right? So name off a few.
None of them aren't on the team anymore.
Yeah, Johnny Manziel.
Yep.
They picked who's that linebacker? Mingo from LSU, right?
Yeah, Berkowitz Mingo.
Yeah, I don't think
okay,
he's.
yeah.
Trent Richardson.
Trent Richardson. Yep.
Can't think of anything. I can't think of any more. But offensively,
Yeah, I could.
you know, like they just haven't been making. Brandon Weeden.
Brandon Weeden.
Brandon
He was 28, 30 by the time
He was
they drafted.
28-year-old rookie because he played baseball. You know, it's not because he flunked, but
Yeah.
because he played baseball. So,
And none of these guys are on the team anymore. You know what I mean?
so do they have problems with drafting talent? I'm excited about the new Cleveland Brown. Who was the Garrett, Mayfield. Excited for Josh to be back.
Mm-hmm.
I think they can do something.
That's one team I would love to see be good. It's the Cleveland Browns, man. Because I know their fan base is just waiting to blow up, man. I mean, they are loyal fans, man. They just
Well, they need somebody.
If they were good, man. Oh man,
They
it'd be
need
such
somebody
a
to cheer
great
for.
story.
They
It'd
need
be
somebody to cheer
such
for.
a great story.
The King's out, so they need somebody to cheer for. There was actually an article that came out yesterday that Jarvis Landry was talking to Odell Beckham about joining the Browns.
Oh yeah.
I don't see that happening. If they can't hash out a long-term deal with the Giants, they're just gonna franchise him, which is why I hate the franchise tag.
Yeah.
But one guy that could go there, Destination.
Des Bryant, huh? You really think so? They could use him though, definitely.
I mean, at this point, they just need bodies, right? I mean,
He's about to fill a roster spot.
I mean, Des doesn't have the character and everything, but he'll be there. He'll sag his pants, but he'll show up. He ain't gonna get caught with that dumb stuff. So,
yeah. You know what? For all this crazy things he do, off the field stuff ain't an issue.
Yeah,
right.
I mean,
You know what I mean?
it's controllable. It's not a big thing to where it's just like, hey, this guy got caught with weed. He has a suspended license, and he has a gun. I mean, it just doesn't look good. Right?
Yeah.
Granted, he was a 4th-round pick, which is fine. It's just like, hey, at that point, you're just trying to hit home runs at that point. So, not a big deal. Not a big deal. So we're gonna move on.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah.
I love this one.
Oh yeah.
Andrew Sendejo, safety for Minnesota Viking, wore a hat. Says make football violent again. So it's kind of like the Trump thing, make America great again.
Yeah.
This is make football violent again.
Yeah, with all the rule changes the NFL's put down, it's just the game is just changing like
softer, right?
Soft. It's been like. Yeah, especially now with all the suspensions. I remember when I can go back in the day, but recently it's just like it's almost become too you touch football sooner or later here.
Yeah,
Nobody can make it hit no more.
Can't touch you after 5 yards.
Yeah, it's gonna be sooner or later. It's the football none of us grew up watching.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Sooner or later.
I mean, eventually they're just gonna have no helmets. They're just gonna be in shorts, and it's just gonna be touch. That's probably where we're moving. There's so many rules. I understand it. I grew up watching Roy Williams, the safety, not the receiver. And this dude, he was drafted for one reason: to hit people.
Yeah.
Right. Whatever the rules changed,
but he can hit.
Yeah, but when the rules changed, right, to where he had to be more coverage guy, he got completely exposed. And there's flags, and then if you hit them in the helmet, the crown of the helmet, I understand a lot of times you can see it's intentional, but there's a lot of times where it's just bang bang play. You start going after the guy in your tackling motion, and he ducks his head.
Yeah.
What crap is that?
A lot of times it's the offensive players trying to protect himself. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but
that's the thing. They
got scared of the whole concussion ordeal, which I understand. But this is a man sport. I
know what the guy said.
Yeah,
well, that one guy
said
this
is a man sport. Look at rugby. They don't even wear pads. They're probably laughing at American football.
The tackling's different. Though.
Yeah, so
I know Australian rules football.
It's not as fast.
Yeah, it's not as fast.
The reason why it's so violent is because these guys are so fast. They're running full speed at you. And when you're turning around trying to catch this ball, you kind of slow down, you turn around, it's like boom, and then you get hit by a brick wall. So I like it. A lot of people probably don't. football players wise probably don't, you know.
See,
but
that's the thing is,
like
make football violent again.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I mean, among my friends, man, among people that I know, I ain't never met a dude that said, "Damn, bro, had to turn off that game. That game was too violent." You know what I mean?
That's why people watch sports.
I never heard that. I never heard anybody say that, man.
I mean, I feel like if you're watching football, playing football, you like the big hits, right? I mean, that's what, you know, makes the crowd go wild, right?
No. Also, for defensive players, that big hit is their touchdown. How many are they going to get that perfect hit? You know what I'm saying? It's maybe like 5 or 6 a year. How many players? I mean, receivers. I mean, like a regular guy. How many touchdowns do they get? Maybe 5 or 6. You know what I'm saying? Getting that big hit.
No, like
is their score. You know?
No, it is. You know, so when you're talking about, you know, defenses, right? So when a guy intercepts a ball, right? There's really no celebration because you just intercept the ball. But when a guy gets sacked, hits behind the line, like, I mean, they have celebrations. They're like bringing the hammer. You got these big guys crawling, you know, like twerking. Like, it's crazy.
Yeah, I know. Yeah.
Right?
And you know what? The one I never understood was this. Oh, no, it's this. What's that? What's that?
They gotta be mocking some bird. They gotta mock some bird. They gotta mock some bird, right?
Yeah, maybe. I don't know.
But like,
I just never
Some
understood.
of the stuff's fraternity.
Oh, yeah, okay. Okay. That I didn't know.
Or a bird.
Yeah. Like D-lines, linebackers, big celebration, right? Even like, you know, secondary, if they hit them behind the line, when you pick off a pass, you just pick it off and they spin it, and that's it, right?
Yeah.
There's no fun in that. They don't even like that. They want to see the big hit. They want to see the big collisions, you know, even though, you know, we don't ever want to be on the other end and see somebody hurt.
Yeah.
You know, but a lot of times the popping is just from the pads. You know, you remember college game, Clowney. You know, when he hit the dude behind the line, the running back behind the line.
Oh, yeah.
Well, he didn't even get a chance to get off his stance, right? That was a big pop, but it was like, a lot of it was just pads.
Yeah.
You know, it's a lot of sound, but it doesn't mean they get hurt. You know, like the ones that, you know, that put people out and, you know, they don't move, the motionless ones. Sometimes they're faking it too.
Yeah,
you know,
you think
sometimes
so? You think so?
sometimes they are.
Okay.
Sometimes they are because they're trying to get that
The thing
flag.
is, I wouldn't doubt. I mean, I if it was soccer, I'd question it. But football, I don't know, man. You know, American sports is just people don't fake that shit.
Well, I know. It's just like
What? Some guy like
Yeah.
well,
you
no,
know?
it's like I don't mean like, you know, like they're like, you know, like they're soft or anything like that.
Easy that way, though.
You can, you know, like I'm not just saying like they're soft, but like, you know, they're doing it to their advantage. You know, maybe they're running like no huddle, they don't have timeouts, right? Just like, you know, back then where like, you know, some guy like drop, like take a knee, and then, you know, they get an automatic timeout, you know, to attend to this player, and then they change the rule to where if that player goes down, he can't be in the next play. You know,
or
before
to get charged a timeout.
yeah, like those rules, you know, like kind of changed. So I would say sometimes they're faking trying to draw that flag because you've seen so many times, you know, they're down and then they hop up by themselves, right? It's like soccer.
Yeah.
It's a little bit of flopping, not as much flopping as soccer, but you know, at one point or another, you know, still some flopping.
You want to talk about a rule change that you know, one of your favorite players probably it's called the Emmitt Smith rule. It's called fumbling on 4th down forward.
I don't know that one.
Yeah,
hey, that's new. Hey, give us some Mac facts. Lay it out.
Okay.
Lay it out, Dirty Rice.
Emmitt Smith, like on a 4th down play, fumble forward, something like that, and now on 4th down, the ball carrier can, if they fumble forward, only the ball carrier can recover it.
So what's the point of them doing that? Just to kill the play?
No, because it's your last ditch effort to get a 1st down. So if an offensive team, you know,
I got you. So like 4th and inches, you throw the ball forward and try to have somebody dive on it. Okay.
You're just hoping.
Yeah.
It's called the Emmitt Smith rule, and I heard a commentator on TV said one time, "You ain't cheating. You ain't trying hard enough."
No, that's true. That's true. Look at Lance Armstrong. All right.
Anyways.
All right. So we're gonna move on. We're gonna change gears.
Oh yeah.
Change gears.
Hit up some baseball.
Yeah,
There
but
we
hey,
go.
real quick before that, I know a lot of people are excited. This is the last Today's the last day that we don't get football on Thursday or Sunday or Saturday. It's the last day.
Yeah.
So
definitely, yeah.
Yep. All right. So now we will move to baseball. Daniel's not here. He's spending some time with his family. He's there. He's part on the show right now on the YouTube channel. Talking about his team here. Boston Red Sox just running away in the AL East.
Yeah, they ran over the Yankees.
They swept them. I actually watched that last game, and I actually just tuned in at the right time. I think they were up 4-1. They had Chapman.
On
Chapman,
Sunday?
on Sunday. Chapman
yeah.
to protect a 3-run lead. You're like, oh, that's safe.
Yeah.
I mean, this guy's one of the best closers, if not the best closer in the game right now. And due to an error, also.
Yeah. When you lose like that, usually something crazy.
Yeah, they lost an extra, but Red Sox tied it in the ninth, and then they got it back. But these guys are just running away with it. They are definitely well on pace to go over 100 wins, which they haven't done, 42, 46?
46, man.
46.
Ted Williams. I
Yeah.
mean, back when Ted Williams was playing, 46.
Yeah. So that's a long time.
That was a World Series team. Yeah. The 46 World Series. They, the Red Sox went to go. Yeah. They lost to the Cardinals.
Yeah.
4-3 that year. But yeah, it's been that long.
It's been long,
since they won 100 games.
Well on pace, and the thing is, I was reading this article, and they're like, this Red Sox team doesn't really match up to the great team they had, probably 10 years ago when they had Pedro, when they had Schilling, they had who else did they have? They had Big Papi, they had Manny Ramirez, they had who was the catcher? I don't know. I forgot the catcher. Yeah, Veritek. Nomar. I mean, they. Didn't they have Jacoby as well?
Jacoby Ellsbury.
Right.
Yeah.
I mean, that team was stacked.
What, in 07 is the team you talking about?
Yeah, that's probably the last one. But they had Pedro.
They won it again in 13.
Yeah.
They had a squad there too.
They have big names now.
Big names, yeah.
They have big names now, but none of them are born and bred except Mookie. Mookie is starting to get there, but he's still not getting that recognition.
Yeah. See, the thing is,
Sale was traded.
Yeah.
Kimbrel, their closer, was traded. They just signed JD.
Okay, when you think about it, Pedro signed as a free agent. I don't know how Big Papi, David Ortiz, got there, but he was playing with the Twins before that. You think about all these other guys, some of these big time. Manny Ramirez, he was he signed as a free agent.
I love that guy.
So none of these guys are really.
The dude got the extra large jersey.
Yeah, I love Manny. Manny being Manny, man.
Yeah, Manny being Manny.
I love Manny.
So
we need more of him in baseball, because baseball is such. I love baseball.
Is it getting too soft?
No, it's just so strict. It's so conservative. You know what I mean? It's so you can't have fun. You know what I mean? Manny had fun.
Manny did have fun.
You know what I mean? That's what I love. That's what I love, man. All right, man. Yeah, their ALCS potential ALCS AL, sometime in the playoff rather. The Astros, Houston, we have a problem, man. What's going on with all these guys on the DL?
Yep, you got a lot of guys on that DL, and not just the scrubs. They got Altuve, Correa, Springer just landed on there this week. McCullers landed on there this week. Verlander hasn't been looking the same as he was dominating. I think Cole's, regressing a little bit. But up there you have your 1, 2, and 3 hitters out.
Yeah.
Of course it's early. This playoffs not for another month or so.
Not till October, yeah.
So they got time to recover. But
they got to get in the swing of things when they come back.
Yeah, but
they can't come cold.
Yeah, we'll see what happens. Hopefully none of them are long term. We do not know the seriousness. I think he asked me if are they 10 or 15 day, or if it's just one start. I don't know that. I didn't get to look that up, but I think that is a problem.
Yeah, we'll see. I don't know, man.
We'll see. But
when they come, once they're all, if it was mid-September, I'd probably be worried. But right now,
they still got a month to kind of get back into it. Get back in the groove. But I don't know. I had Houston picked early.
Yeah,
you know,
'cause
I
they
told
were-
them,
they
I
were
told
start-
them, I told them repeat. You know, Houston and Dodgers.
They still had all the same guys.
Yeah,
coming back.
I think Dodgers. Huge upgrade at the deadline. You know, Machado, Dozier.
Think
So
about how badly they started and how quickly they turned it around.
yeah, no, they did.
Man.
I was starting to doubt them. You know, like
Yeah.
you know, Jensen was blew like 2 or 3 games like in a row, where he only blew like 1 or 2 in the past like 2 or 3 years. So you know, definitely. You know, cause for concerns early, but you know, again, it was early, and you know that's
Yeah.
why they play 162 games,
Yeah.
right?
It's a marathon,
Game 30 don't matter.
not a sprint.
But in the AL, like you said, I think this could potentially be the matchup. I think Yankees are regressing a little bit. I think somebody said, I think it was Daniel or somebody. If it wasn't Daniel, I just probably read it somewhere, thinking the Yankees improved a lot. I don't think they did.
Well, they, you know, what happened? I mean,
Yeah, I mean, like Britain helps their back end, but I mean their back end is pretty strong.
yeah.
You know, but the rotation is definitely gonna be their
It's-
problem. I mean, like they got the hitters, you know, but
Yeah.
I mean, look at your rotation. Rotation is Sonny Gray, who is now out. Happ was a Red Sox killer, so they'll definitely need him. But he's one guy.
Was he gonna be like a third starter, fourth starter?
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Maybe even second at this point.
Yeah.
You have Severino, but Severino also struggled against the Sox. I remember the first game of the year, Severino pitched against him. I think he gave up like a lot.
Yeah.
You know, but that was at Fenway, and then you have Tanaka. Tanaka's kind of
He's hit or miss, man.
yeah.
You never know.
And then
what
I don't
he's
think you
gonna
throw
get out.
CC out there at this point, depending on when you meet them. You know, if it's So we shall see.
Speaking of Sonny Gray, though.
Hey, Sonny Gray.
Man.
Sonny Gray lost his. I think he lost his spot in the rotation. I think he's going out of the bullpen. But the bigger story is he is now the 4th MLB player in recent weeks with inappropriate tweets, most likely being racial, about just being racial.
You know, I'm saying, man. See, man, you never want to put this stuff on social media. You want, I mean, you don't want to
It's
be
the
judged
internet.
on one comment. You
Yeah.
don't want to be judged
No, like
on
it,
one
it does.
comment.
You know, like
They
people
don't want
forget
you
all
don't
the
want
good
it
you
to
do.
define you. You don't want that to define you.
I agree.
You know what I mean? So, for you kids out there, you know what I mean?
Don't do drugs. Don't say dumb stuff on social media.
No, like
Life lessons.
Herm Edwards said on one of the shows, don't press send. Don't press send.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Really, that's just...
Yeah, for the ladies out there, don't send the nudes. It's all over the internet. Don't press
That's for everybody.
send.
That goes for everybody, man.
No, but some dudes want their pics.
Want it out.
Yeah.
They want it out, you know? Yeah. Good there's no such thing as bad publicity.
When it comes to men.
I don't know if I believe that.
unless you're Kim Kardashian, right? Then it's just like, oh, no, I don't want it. Yeah, I really want it on there. But all right, so we're going to move on to basketball.
Yeah.
This is going to be probably a pretty big section here.
It's right around the corner, too, you know?
Yeah, it's Summer League just ended, preseason's about to begin, right? So Kevin Pelton, ESPN insider, gave a prediction of East and West finishes, right? He didn't give any records, or he may have, but I don't have insider access.
Yeah.
So this is all I was able to get. I actually got this off of Reddit.
So are you telling me you're not a subscriber on ESPN Insider?
I am not a subscriber.
Damn, you disappoint me.
TATS is a zero cash flow organization. We do not have insider access.
All
This is
right.
the best I got from Reddit.
All right.
So we're gonna run through the list. I'm gonna just run through the list first, Sam, and then we'll kind of see what we agree with, what we don't disagree with, right? So we'll go East because I mean that's
Okay, yeah.
kind of the easier one. That's probably gonna be light, right? So 1 is Toronto. Do you agree?
Yeah, I can't see. I mean, yeah.
Yeah, I think 1 and 2, Toronto, Boston. I think I can go either way.
Depending on how many beers I drank, you know what I mean? I can probably, you know, I mean,
You
I
can go either way
I
with
can
it,
go
right? You can go either way
with
with it. Okay. So 3 is Philly. I mean, if we agree with 1 and 2,
Yeah,
I mean,
yeah.
you know,
3
Philly's
Philly,
gonna
yeah,
be there.
yeah.
4 is Indiana.
Oh, man,
No,
it's a little high.
a little high.
A little high. I definitely put like, I mean, you probably gonna give me crap for this, but yeah, like Washington or Milwaukee, I'd put above them.
I can see Washington's always been, bottom half.
Yeah, but I don't know, man. I just see they have so much potential.
Hey, potential. It's just like a prospect. It's like Thon Maker.
Yeah, yeah.
It really is. It's like Thon Maker. It's a lottery pick. Didn't pan out.
I've always had hope for
I think they get
Bradley Beal.
better.
I mean, yeah.
I think they get better. You have Miles Turner. You have Victor Oladipo.
Oh, Oladipo, yeah.
I want to say Indiana improved this offseason. I can see them being better than Milwaukee.
Okay.
So I mean that's kind of where I'm at. So I
It's
would
a
agree with
jumble.
that.
It's a jumble.
It's a big
really.
jump. It's a
It
big
is
jump.
jumble after 3. You know what I mean?
Yeah, anything can happen. Like last year, the West. Like what 3 to 8 was separated by like 2 games.
Yeah.
You know?
Where's Cleveland on the list?
Nope, not there.
What?
Not there. All right. So 5, you got Milwaukee, and we're like, yeah, they're probably there. I don't think Milwaukee really improved this year because they lost Parker, which was a scorer. But other than that, I don't think they really improved. Giannis gained some muscles, but muscles do not equal W's, and at the end of the day, that's really all that matters.
Like Kevin Durant said, don't worry about what I bench. I just put the ball in the
I
basket.
put the ball in the basket.
Right? Yeah.
Number 6, we got Miami. I think this is a reach.
Yeah.
This is a reach.
Miami's a mess, though, man.
I mean, they're probably not even going to get Dwayne Wade. Right? Last year, when they had that resurgence, it was because Wade came back.
Yeah, and he had, like, a big game.
Yeah, but,
it's just, man.
I think what's this, Whiteside
Oh,
was like,
wow.
we had a good talk, blah, blah, blah. I feel rejuvenated. Yeah, I wasn't healthy last year.
Man, I don't know.
There's a big disconnect there. So.
Yeah, really. That's why he's a mess.
I don't see that. I don't see Miami happening. Who I would put there, I don't know.
I don't know. Yeah,
I don't know who I'll put there to replace them, just because the East is that bad. Like I don't even know all the teams. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't. Yeah, like I said,
So we're gonna skip that, and then they got Washington, Detroit to finish it out. I see Detroit being higher. I think a full year of utilizing and game planning for what's his name, Blake Griffin. Hey, sorry about your $360,000 monthly child support, bro. But Blake Griffin can probably carry that team a little bit better than they did this year.
Yeah.
Hopefully, a full year of Griffin, Drummond, and Jackson. Right, Jackson should equal more than number 8 seed. I hope. They got rid of Van Gundy, right?
I'm not certain.
I think they did. So yeah, I can see them in the 6th area.
Yeah.
All right, so now
8's kind of low.
This is the juicy part. This is the juicy part in the West. I don't know if y'all can tell, but Sam and I really don't care about the East.
No, we care about it.
No, we care about it, but there's
man.
a lot more to talk about in the West. Okay, number 1, Golden State.
Obvious.
No problem.
Yeah.
I have a problem with number 2.
Yeah.
Utah Jazz. That's a reach.
Too young.
That's a huge reach.
Yeah.
I mean, you're talking about Donovan Mitchell. Usually, you have that sophomore slump. Like it could probably happen.
Yep. Yeah.
Right? They way overachieved last year. I don't see them at number 2.
They caught people off guard, I think, maybe.
Yeah.
That's probably what it is.
Cut them off guard. All right, so as of right now, who would you put number 2?
Oh, man. Who else? Rockets.
Rockets? Yeah, I can see that.
The Rockets,
I can
man.
see that. He had them at number 3, so I can see that.
Yeah.
I can see that. So number 4,
Denver.
reach.
A little bit. Unless Porter, shows up healthy. And
I don't think that's enough to be number 4.
No,
I mean, you're
but
putting
he's
them
got-
above New Orleans, and you're putting them above OKC. I would say OKC is probably locking in that number 3 seed.
I think so, too, Yeah.
Number 5.
He's going way up there. Minnesota?
Is that too much?
Yeah.
I think I had Minnesota as a playoff team, but I see them at the bottom or probably not making it just due to locker room chemistry.
Yeah. It's just there's more news coming in the offseason about
Butler, Towns, Wiggins.
Exactly, not getting along or whatever. That's just, I don't know, man.
That's a bit high. Number 6, OKC. I don't agree with this at all. Yeah,
way up.
they're going way up.
It's probably 3 or 4 if I had to guess.
Yeah, definitely. 3, as a ceiling. 4 probably is going to be the floor. I would say probably 3 or 4 is where they're going to get locked in.
Yep.
They have New Orleans at number 7. I disagree with that. I think that's way up as well. I think if
Yeah.
anything, they proved that they can be without Cousins. They played really good in the playoffs. They signed
They did.
Randall, who is not it's not apples to apples, right? But the other big man they just signed today, Jalil Okafor.
Jalil Okafor, huh?
Dude, I
Yeah.
love the guy. Like I hate that he doesn't have they said he doesn't have a place in this new NBA, which sucks. Because he was a good player. He's number 3 pick. A lot of talent, a lot of rave about him. Never had the chance. He just never got to play. Never got to play. Number 8, Portland. I think this is higher.
Yeah, they need to be a little high, but the way they flamed out in the playoffs, man,
I think they'll be fine.
that was disappointing.
It was disappointing, but I think they'll be fine. Not number 8 seed, not just hanging on for dear life. So,
Yeah.
let's talk about the 2 things that. Let's talk about. There's one thing I agree with, one thing I disagree with.
Okay.
Let's talk about the one thing I agree with.
Which is?
San Antonio not being on here.
Yeah.
I think Daniel gave me crap for that, but I think San Antonio won't be in the playoffs this year. DeMar DeRozan is not a guy you rely on to take you to the playoffs.
See,
Not in the West.
to me, DeMar DeRozan, the Spurs get a guy who didn't want. I mean, even the Raptors during the season, they get a guy who's good, didn't want to be there, but doesn't want to be there. It's just anybody, just you, me, legs. You know what I mean? If you get sent somewhere to do a job and you don't want to be there, how good are you going to be about doing
Yeah,
that job?
you're not gonna be motivated. I mean, we can apply that concept to life. Like
Exactly.
if you're at a job that you don't like the company, you don't like your boss, are you giving 100% effort?
Probably not.
Yeah. So. Yeah.
Yeah,
And
that's why. Yeah, that's really
LaMarcus is not gonna carry you.
Nope.
You're missing the vets. No Danny Green, no Tony Parker.
The old guys, man. The old guys are dinosaurs now. You know. What
I mean, Murray's good. I mean, I love
Yeah.
Murray,
Mhm.
but yeah, we're gonna have to see about that. Now, the one I disagree with. What do you think on this list? I disagree with
East or West?
West.
But that's not on the list. Or
Yeah,
on the list?
not on the list.
The Lakers.
Absolutely.
The Lakers is definitely going to be somewhere on there.
Yeah, I don't see how he can put Utah number 2
Yeah.
and leave the Lakers out.
Lakers are going to be in there somewhere. I think they could be as high as 4.
I can see that. Like, the thing is,
yeah.
like, LeBron changes everything.
Yep.
And here's the thing, like, people are going to give me crap for this story, but, I've been playing 2K18.
Are you in franchise mode?
Yeah, I'm in franchise mode. I haven't traded for LeBron. All right, I'm playing with the original Lakers team of 2018, right?
Okay.
Ball's a great playmaker. I'm almost doing minimum double-doubles with him. And probably every 5 games, I'm getting a triple-double with him.
Damn.
Right? Kuzma's good.
Yeah. Kuzma's good.
Randall has room to grow. Not Randall. Sorry, Ingram has room to grow.
Okay.
I don't know about this Hart dude, but he's kind of like a wild card for me. I don't really know him, right? But I mean, you have a young core, and then you add vets, right? Rondo will help push Ball to be a good playmaker. And honestly, if you think about it, in a way, they're kind of the same type of player.
Yeah, they're all
not as far as accomplishment, they're the same type of player, right? Rondo can't shoot for crap.
Yeah.
Right? But he was a good floor general. He was a good playmaker.
They got the same build too.
Did they? I was thinking Ball was a little bit bigger.
He's a little
taller, right?
Yeah,
Taller.
but they just seem a little.
Yeah, you know,
thinner,
like so.
what
Like
I mean?
I think Rondo will help push Ball, right? You get Lance Stevenson, and I think a lot of people give Lance Stevenson crap, but the thing is, like, to me, he's not a good player. He's not that guy. You're not missing him to win a championship. He's a good player, right? Like, video surfacing, dude's been hitting his threes.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that's what he's been practicing on is a lot of his shots because, you know, that's what LeBron needs. He needs jump shooters, right? That's how you make a successful LeBron team. Surround him with shooters, and that's probably why he's working on his game so much, right?
Yeah.
And the other thing is, like, I love JaVale McGee. Like, he's not a good, like, he's a clown, right? You guys probably know him more from Shaq and the Fool than you know for his actual play. But I mean, this guy will catch a lot of lobs from Ball, Rondo, LeBron, right?
LeBron's a great passer.
Like,
man.
I mean, like,
He's
you
a
guys
great
thought,
passer.
you know, he caught a lot from the Warriors. I think he will catch more here because I don't think Clay was that great of a passer as far as the lob goes. Curry was a good passer, right? KD's a good passer, but I think here he'll get a lot of lobs. Like, especially, like, you know, driving. When LeBron drives, they're going to double him wide open, right?
dunk.
So
Yeah.
that's how I see it. I don't know who I would knock out. I mean, I would probably knock out. This is going to be tough. This will be tough. Man, who would I knock out of this list? Like, if I want to put the Lakers on here, who would you knock out?
Man,
I
I'd
think
probably.
I'd be Denver.
Yeah, they're way too high. Yeah, Denver. Even Minnesota. Denver, Minnesota.
Yeah, Denver, Minnesota. Those are like
the
4 and 5.
yeah.
I think this is a terrible pick. Kevin Pelton, what are you smoking? Doesn't make sense. I'm glad I didn't pay for this because I would be pissed if I paid for Insider and got this crap from him.
But thanks for putting it out, though, Kevin Pelton.
Yeah, and thank you, Reddit.
Because we're talking about it.
Yep.
You know? If you didn't put it out, we wouldn't be talking about it.
So, all right. So that was a long in case you missed it. Mm-hmm. So let's go to our number 2 bucket list.
Me? You want me to start?
Yeah.
Okay.
Give me your number 2.
Number 2, man. Haven't done this in a long time. It's been years, man. Just the whole point of scoring system in this has changed a lot. Join a fantasy football league.
Oh, I'm sure we're gonna do one. I'm sure that will happen.
That's why it's number 2 because it's
gonna happen.
It's gonna happen.
Daniel's gonna make you do
Yeah,
it.
yep.
The complete agent is gonna make you do it. He's gonna make you do it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I mean, like when I first started playing, it was real bare
Basic.
bones, real basic.
And now it's like
then it became a full-time job, and I just became really like.
I just want to do this for fun.
I know. It's just like I don't know. It just became so much of a chore.
Man, we used to play for $10. Now it's like, yeah, $100 minimum. You know, like get in, right?
Yeah. So what about you, Chef?
For me, it's gonna be getting Saigon Local into top 10 food trucks in WA. If you guys are new, I am co-owner operator of Saigon Local Food Truck. We just got named last week in top 10 new restaurants to try. Restaurant/food truck, same thing, right? So hopefully, before the year ends, we can make it to the top 10 food trucks in Northwest Arkansas. So what we got next? We got Faux Nasty.
With his fresh plugs.
So, I think with the fresh plugs this week, we're actually going to talk a little bit about everything Nom Nom. Not sure if you guys know what it is, but it's one of our good friends here, Kim Lee. Gonna try to get her on the call, I think. Is that her?
Yeah, I think so. Hey, Kinley, do you hear me okay?
Yeah, I can hear you guys.
Awesome. Do you hear any echo at all? This is like our first time doing a call-in, so it's been kind of glitchy.
I do hear an echo.
Okay, that's fine. It doesn't bother you too much, right?
No, it's fine.
Alright, well, as long as it's not in the, hopefully not in the recording, you guys can find that soon. So what's up? This week we're doing fresh plugs, where we just plug everything from local businesses, events, It's just anything that is worth mentioning. So I've known Kimberly since we were just, I think probably just toddlers, right? And so right now she's in the Bay Area. She's been doing a lot of consultation, a lot of design work, things like that. She's on this other venture called Everyday Nom Nom. Say, Kimberly, there's gonna be a little delay. Can you tell us a little bit about it?
Yeah, definitely. So I've always kind of wanted to be a business owner, and I think I took the first leap about 2 years ago when I started a food truck. That kind of evolved, and I phased that out, and then I was thinking, I'm still interested in the branding aspect and the foodie lifestyle. Where can I take that? And as far as my professional endeavors, I have experience in e-commerce, I would say 6 years of experience. So what I did was I kind of merged my professional experience with kind of my interests. And I was like, hey, wouldn't it be cool if I had an e-commerce store that sold foodie apparel, and novelty items? And that's just kind of how the idea was birthed. And here in the Bay Area, what's interesting is the foodie lifestyle is really growing, especially in the niche of like Asian Americans and an Asian demographic here in the Bay Area. In fact, there's always a food festival going on bi-weekly, if not monthly. And there are some really big ones. If you're familiar with the SoCal area, they have the 66 night market and the OC night market. So those things kind of push foodie entrepreneurs and stuff like that into the mainstream so that they can, get their hybrid food and like foodie ideas out there.
Right on, right on. Well, congratulations on the new venture. I know that startups, just entrepreneurship in general, we've all been through in varying amounts. So I'm gonna pull up a few images here. See if are you still on the call?
Yeah.
All right, cool. So here we got a few apparel items, right? Looks like we got a few samples from the store. I only love food, and my mom. I'm sorry, I guess it's definitely a play on a very popular Drake song, as we all know. And what we got here? We got this Every Day I'm Hustling. That one's dope. For those of you who are having trouble figuring out what's in the background, it's a traditional food stall in the background, right?
Yeah, it is. Inspired from Vietnam.
Yeah, inspired by Vietnam, that hustle. It's an integral part of lifestyle there in Vietnam, and the rest of Southeast Asia, and other parts of the country. So, and then another one is, this one is a shirt I'm actually wearing right now. So I'll finally get that photo for you. I've been dragging ass on that. But so this is where President Barack Obama and Anthony Bourdain, rest in peace, were sitting in front of Bum Tia, the restaurant in Hanoi. And so I think it's pretty iconic stuff. So yeah, Kim, thanks for hopping on the call. Definitely, I think we would like to have you on here again, and thanks for being our guinea pig on this first time call as well. So when are you going to be back in Arkansas?
So I don't know if I'll be moving back anytime soon, but I definitely need to make a trip out there to visit Saigon local and just check out the foodie scene in general. I think it's an interesting time for Northwest Arkansas because they're seeing a lot of growth, new people moving into the area, and I think there's a need to push forward and bring in new businesses and invest in the local economy. And I see so many amazing restaurants and businesses popping up, and I just think it's a beautiful thing. Long time coming, and I can't wait to come back and try some new places.
Awesome. Thank you, Kim. Do you have any? Yeah. I guess we will. What time is it over there? It's what? Yeah, it's just dinner time, so we'll let you
It's
be
like
on your
6:47,
way.
yeah.
Awesome. Awesome. Well, thank you, Kimberly. Everything Nom Nom Life. Follow her on Instagram. You can get to the e-store from there. There's a lot of dope gear, Asian American inspired gear. And I guess they're also looking for models as well.
Yeah, definitely. If there's anyone in the Bay Area who might come to Arkansas, I'm definitely up for trading some free apparel, even some, paid gigs depending on the work that I have, and definitely push my products. I love to collaborate.
Awesome. Awesome. Well, thanks, Tim. Let's
Thanks, guys.
let's talk again. All right, bye.
All right, bye.
All right, so we got Chef Lou and Dirty Rice Cambo.
That.
Yeah, let's see. Get the fresh plugs. I guess what other plug?
We got the Tats bash.
Tats bash, baby.
I got the Tats bash. That is again, we don't have a flyer to show you right now. It's being worked on. It's about a month away, a little over a month away. So it's Saturday, September 15th, right here at the labs.
Mm-hmm.
We're going to have a patio party, DJs and bowls, me on the ones and twos. It's going to be dope. More info to come. Sorry I don't sound as enthusiastic about it today. It's been a rough day, but I think I'll be hyping it up for next week and every other week after this.
If you know about anything fundamentals ever thrown,
They don't know fundamentals. They know fun nasty.
Oh,
They know fun nasty.
Fun nasty. Oh yeah. If
I
you
didn't even
know,
go by that back then. Come on.
It's his new name. It's the new parties.
yeah.
But no,
Yeah, like if you ever been to a party where Scorpion was the DJ, you know what's up.
yeah, I only been here for 3 years, but hear many things about the parties that Chung has thrown.
Mm-hmm.
So I am very excited to be at my first one.
All right.
Under his new name, Faux Nasty. So it's gonna be exciting again, guys.
More
the
details to
flyers.
come, yeah.
We're gonna have legs, beer, DJs, Dirty Rice, Chef Lou. Right, come meet the whole team.
Yeah.
We have a new member of the team. I don't think a lot of people here are seeing too much of Juan, but he is the newest addition to the team. And today it's actually kind of all the way back to the OGs.
Yeah, I'm kicking it
and
old
then-
school on
and
the
then, and then
21st.
Leg showed up.
Yeah.
Leg showed up, but this is what we started with, and the team has grown. Daniel's been brought on board early on. Brielle's been here, and then we just recently added Juan. So come out, meet the crew. All right.
Definitely.
So with that said, again, more details to come. Let's finish out the top 5. Dirty Rice, give me your number 1 bucket list.
Number 1, it's being more tech savvy, man. If I could run this show without anybody's help, that's definitely the goal, man. Because sooner or later, Fun Nasty might not be here, Juan might not be here. You know what I mean?
Might
Yeah.
get hit by a bus.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, I mean, like if it's like a road trip that only you and I can
Yeah.
go to, then
yep.
we better get savvied up ASAP.
No, that's why it's number 1, because it has to be done.
Has to be done.
Has to be done.
Yep.
So what about you? What's your number 1?
Man, so for me, actually taking a career change. I actually been taking a hiatus from work for actually almost 3 months now. But I am now jumping into real estate. So for sure, my number 1, sell my first house. Right, I need to get that first one under my belt, get used to it, and hopefully many more to come in that same month. That's being a little bit greedy, but it's okay.
Hey, you gotta be
Yep.
ambitious.
You gotta be, right?
Oh,
So
yeah.
now we're gonna go to Daniel's favorite segment.
Oh yeah.
I can't do it like him, but you know what? We got that, right? So for people who didn't hear that, it was, oh no, they didn't. So if we can insert the tweet here, Faux Nasty. And this is the man that runs our country. There's a lot of things I praise Donald Trump about,
Oh,
and,
yeah.
and that's him. He did make the economy great. Okay, stock market's been doing well. I used to be in the investment side of the business, but this tweet here, it's kind of going back and forth, but I'll just read it verbatim. LeBron James was just interviewed by the dumbest man on television, Don Lemon. He made LeBron look smart, which isn't easy to do. I like Mike referring to MJ, right? This is not the type of tweet that you need from the man.
The president.
Right? And then Don Lemon had a great response to it. Who's the real dummy? A man who puts kids in classroom, a la LeBron James with the I Promise School, or one who puts kids in cage, right? Which is the whole, fiasco with the border, overseas and everything. So that's something that he just needs to stay out of.
Yeah. I mean, I personally think he should probably stay. I mean, Trump should just stay out of the sports in general. But it gets his base fired up, But whatever, you know what I mean. But yeah, I just think.
Like
I don't know. It's just I don't know, because when I watch sports, I don't want to.
We don't want to hear
about politics.
I don't want to hear
even
about
from
Donald
players.
Trump.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Hearing LeBron talk about Trump, is something I don't want to hear about either. You know what I mean? So,
It's already divisive enough, right?
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Personally, that's my opinion. When I watch sports, it's just something I don't want to hear about.
Yeah, like I have the television on due to your ability and your skill. I don't want to hear you talk about politics, and that is true, but I don't blame LeBron for doing it because, the whole thing is, I don't want to jump ahead of, you here, but, recently, athletes who have had the platform, most recently Hall of Fame, they've been, spreading that message like, hey, we can be more than just an athlete. We can speak out and help with diversity, with racism, with social issues that are happening. And in a way, I feel like it's true, right?
Yep.
I don't know if there's actual facts behind this, but Ray Lewis said when Baltimore's playing, crime rate's down in Baltimore.
Oh yeah,
right? Because everybody's watching sport. I would say that's a win. That's a big W, right?
Yeah.
That's what you want. So, there are definitely things that people will tune into. Whether you're a good person, you're a bad person, you're a thief, you're a murderer, whatever, right? You might get locked into sports, right? And if your favorite team is playing, your favorite guy's playing, Ray Lewis, you're locked in and you're not doing all that bad stuff.
Yeah.
So they can definitely be a big influence. So yes, I don't want them to talk about politics, but I am completely okay with them trying to better society through their message, whether it's I Promise School that.
Yeah, personally,
LeBron
I think what Trump did was below the presidency.
Yeah,
You know
that
what
was
I'm
below the
saying?
belt.
Yeah. But he's not your.
He's not your average president.
He's not your average president, so he do what he want to do.
Even then, that's low. That's
Yeah,
low
it is.
for him.
It is, but he's. Yeah, I don't know.
Yep.
I really don't like him doing that.
I agree. So now we'll shine the positive light.
Positives. Yeah, definitely.
And it's yes, they did.
Mm-hmm. You go start off with yours.
All right, yeah, I'll start with mine. All right, so Vinsanity, if you don't know who that is, Vince Carter said he is not going to ring chase. I don't think it was meant to throw any shade at people who do, DeMarcus Cousins, KD, or whatever. He says, I understand the new era, and he has respect for the new generation. However, he says he'd rather fight for bench and reserve minutes than go on a winning team to try to win and be a mentor, right? So that's that old school feel, right? Kind of like when we talk about new eras, new generations, you know how people play. He still has that old school mentality. It's like Dirk. I'd rather take a pay cut, lose hundreds of millions of dollars, but I'd rather stick with my team, right? Instead of, hey, he could have been traded.
Yeah.
He could have joined.
But he's already won a championship.
Yeah, he's won one, and you know what? That's good. Mavs have shown him loyalty, shown him love, and he's like, you know what? I'm gonna do the same thing. Not a lot of athletes are like that nowadays. Do I have a problem with KD switching over? No, I don't. But I think that's big, mad respect for Vinsanity. I think he was actually part of that championship. Was he part of our championship run? Maybe not.
Yeah.
He came on trying to help us later, but
Okay.
anyways. All right, what you got, Dirty Rice?
You would know. And see, the thing is, I will say this: Vince Andy, he's not. I personally not mad at him for just. I mean, he's probably just trying to get paid.
No, you can't be mad at somebody that's just trying to, hey, I'm at, whatever how old he is. He's probably like close to 40, if not 40, still trying to fight for minutes rather than just be a reserve, kind of like, pretty much the whole Miami squad during, the Big Three, Cleveland team, hell, even the Warriors, people just trying to jump on. I'll take the minimum. Let me play for a ring. Like David West.
See, the thing is, people that say they're playing for a ring, man. People, I think of like Chris Carter, Hall of Famer. You know what I'm saying? Karl Malone. Are their careers less complete without a ring?
I think a lot of people view it like that, though. That's the problem, right?
See, on the flip side of that, how many players have a ring but don't have a career?
You also have a lot of those. Like, for example, JaVale McGee, right? He's got 2 rings now, but when you talk about centers, he is not even a name you bring up. When you talk about great centers, not even a name you bring up. When you talk about clowns, that's the only time his name would be brought up, right? Like, that is the way that society is, and I think it's because it's due to the media. Because whenever people compare people to Michael Jordan, they're like, Jordan got 7 rings, right? So that's what everybody's fixated on. It's not about, hey, why don't you chase Michael for the points, chase Michael for the assists, chase Michael for the win percentage, the playoff win percentage, right? His success rate come playoff time. No, Michael got 7 rings, and that's all they're concerned about.
See, to me, I think about these guys that have a ring but don't have a career. They would trade that ring to have a 10-year career and make a ton of money.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? Ask any of the guys who have 1 ring if they would trade that. I mean, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. Ask a guy who's played 12 years or something to trade their 12 years, all the money that they've made for 1 ring. I bet they wouldn't. I bet they would.
The new generation might. The new generation might, but the old school generation definitely not. Definitely not. They want longevity.
Exactly.
They want security. They want financial security for them and their families. Chasing a ring is great, maybe towards the back end of your career.
But I don't think anybody's gonna trade their career, all the money that they made, all this that for a ring.
Yeah.
I mean, that's one thing that people don't talk about. Is they had a good run. You know what I mean? If you had a good career without a ring, you had a damn good run.
Yeah, I mean, like, I see it as, like, I just want to look at your numbers, right? Whether you win a ring or not, like, I think it comes down to championship level. Kind of like, the whole thing where I have to move out where, you and Daniel were about to almost go fist-to-fist combat. About, AJ Green, AJ Green being a Hall of Famer. Like, dude, he has the numbers. I mean, it's not his fault that, his defense can't stop the other people. I mean, he can't play wide receiver and safety and linebacker and defensive end, right? He can only be one guy. It's not like basketball where you're a 2-way player, It's a little bit different.
Yeah.
We'll see. But I think you also got some, we have 2 additions to Yes They Did.
Yeah, this is what I lean off to. It's one guy, man. Randy Moss. No Super Bowl ring, but
damn good player.
All right. I wanted to bring up this. Yes, he did. He gave a shout out to his what he quote on his Hall of Fame unincorporated community. He said it like 3 or 4 times. His unincorporated community in West Virginia that he's from. You know what I'm saying? When I hear that, okay, yeah, because I've driven through where he's from, Rand, West Virginia. When he's talking about like when nobody came to look after them, it's like these are. I mean, when he said nobody's looking after them, I don't know if this is what he meant, but this is what I thought he meant. It's like these are the forgotten people of America. Yep. You know what I mean?
I mean, small towns.
Yeah, small towns in West Virginia. So, you know what I'm saying? I feel him on that. So, he gave a shout out to that, saying he was proud, loved hearing that because, man, No one's forgotten about. I mean, obviously Randy Moss hasn't forgotten about.
Yeah, I mean, like, you know,
know
like,
what I'm saying? No, I love that. I love that, man.
You hear when people become big, they forget where they came from, right?
Yeah.
He hasn't forgotten.
Yeah.
And I actually watched his speech. Well, not the whole thing, but the highlights,
Uh-huh.
right? He was like, West Virginia, come see me tomorrow. He gave a time, I think it was like 4:30.
At the town square, at town center.
Come see this gold jacket.
This is ours.
Come see this gold jacket. I mean,
I
like,
know,
the thing
yeah.
is, like, I never knew Randy Moss could give a speech like that. And the other thing is, like, he's kind of funny.
Yeah.
I never knew that. Like, without the speech, I would not know that he was a funny dude.
Yeah.
Right? And the other thing as well is, I also read this. I don't know if you caught it, but he was wearing a tie.
Oh, yeah.
The
They were
tie
talking
had
about
12 names on it. It was a black tie with 12 gold names on it.
Okay.
12 African American that were killed by the police, I think, in the past year.
Okay.
Right? So, I mean, you know, this guy is all about people.
Yep.
Right? But the thing is, just watching football, because I don't think he really talks. Right?
Yeah,
He doesn't talk. Like, I never knew that. Like, I wish I would see more of this. I mean, he's a great player. I love him as a player. But now, after what I saw from his Hall of Fame speech, I actually like him as a person. Right? I wish I would have known that when he was a Minnesota Viking.
Nah.
Whenever he became, the Patriots, you know?
My favorite quote from him was like, somebody asked him how he bought this Escalade or something. He said, "Straight cash, homie."
I can see him saying that. I can see him saying that.
I love that. I'm like, yeah.
Yeah, I hope, the next 10 to 20 years, I hope the media changes to where we can actually see more of the personalities. We're starting to see that a little bit more, right? But I want them to show more of that, like, as a player. Like, you can be like this pissed off player in the field, but you can be a funny guy off the field.
The NFL, they're always gonna. I mean, if you start playing bad, when you start being like a character,
goofy
post game interviews,
like Odell.
Yeah. They're gonna like, hey, you gotta put a lid on that, man. We need you playing on the field here. We don't need any distractions.
It's a double-edged sword.
Yeah,
It can go either way.
I don't know. See, football's the only sport where you kind of see that because it's such a team game. They think there's so many things going on. You see that all the time in basketball, though.
Nope.
Because it's more of an individual game.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? More so than football. You know what I mean?
We'll see. But
all right.
No, definitely Randy Moss. Good guy.
Yeah.
Got anything else?
Yeah. What about you?
I'm good. Legs, you got anything?
You got anything? I'll say it after you guys.
Good.
All right.
All right.
Looking forward to anything this coming week?
Some sleep, I think.
Sleep.
Some sleep.
Oh yeah. All right.
Hey, we all need sleep.
Yeah.
Sleep is important. Sleep is very important.
Sleep is very dear.
Right when Faux Nasty went to sleep, I woke up. I had to go to Little Rock today. I don't want to get into it, but it was dumb.
All right,
Dumb.
my last thing. What I'm looking forward to this week is, tomorrow, watch some NFL preseason
Cowboys playing.
games. Yeah, it's just
Cowboys
preseason
playing.
games, man. It's just
You just ready to see somebody get hit.
yeah. We saw it last Thursday, but it was just
That was weak.
yeah, it's kind of weak.
Hall of Fame game.
Yeah,
I don't think. Yeah, but I mean, it's still preseason. But first quarter probably don't watch it. But second quarter, those are the guys fighting for jobs.
Man, they playing for real.
Yeah, they playing for real. Like,
So-
it might be everybody's like, oh yeah, the starters are out, first team's out. No, this is where the real game begins. These are guys that it's like, hey, I need that paycheck.
Either they getting cut
Yeah.
or they making six
Yep.
figures.
Hey,
You
there
know
was
what I mean?
there was a meme. There was this guy walking into the facility. He tried to punch his number and it didn't work. He's like, oh crap, must have gotten cut.
Oh, really? That's what he said.
Yeah. All
All
right,
right. So what are you looking forward to this week, man?
man. So, I mean, this week, I got some cooking. I got my significant other's birthday coming up.
Ooh, okay.
So, definitely got some things planned out. So I'll probably be busy.
All right, yeah.
Looking forward to that. And then looking forward to having the team back next week.
Yep.
I think the whole squad will be back. Juan's in LA right now.
Oh yeah.
Party at Cafe Lou. But
Per our recommendation.
Yeah, per recommendation.
It's been so long.
Not from me. I never been to LA, so I wouldn't know anything about that. I don't even know what Cafe Lou means. You know.
Whatever, man. that should be a segment. Yeah, we gotta. I could go over
Yeah.
what that is on a
Places to
random plug.
go.
Yeah, random fresh plug if we run out of local plugs.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But hey, for the audience in Cali. But yeah, hey, thanks everybody for joining in. Sorry again, we had some Facebook issue, which is why we ran a little bit later than usual.
Yep.
So everything's just gonna be on the YouTube stream. Again, this is the 21st installment. Wow, you know, like I remember the first one, but
me too, man.
we'll talk about that down the road.
Yep.
You know, but you know, thanks everybody for joining in. If y'all like what we're doing, man, like, subscribe, comment, share it. Sorry we couldn't do like a little, you know, the usual Q&A where we interact with you guys just because we don't have a Facebook Live going.
Yeah.
You know, but definitely let us know that you guys fucking with us. You know, that's definitely you know what we're doing here. And hey, you know, if you guys want to send us some something, some shirts,
Gifts. Yeah, gifts. We
some
can't be bribed.
drinks.
You know, we can't be bribed.
Can't bribe us.
We
Right?
take gifts. Yeah.
You know, but you know, we've been drinking these mimosas.
I'm dialing it back.
Yeah, we've been dialing it back.
Yeah.
You know, like
Getting
we're
old.
waiting. We're waiting for the bottles. For the bottles.
But I'm switching over to beer.
Switch it over to
Wait, where'd that come from?
Hey, where's the Keystone at? Where's the Keystone?
It's a
Hey, leave
Keystone
that
party.
at the door. All right, nobody's gonna get that.
Ah, no.
But again, hey guys, thank you again for tuning in. This is Chef Lou.
Dirty Rice Cambo.
This is Two Asians,
Talk sports.
and we're out.
Peace.
TATS. Two Asians talk sports.